4 in the afternoon. I just woke up, and I woke up because I'm going on the night shift. And yeah, I just realized that sounds dirty. It's not what you think. I'll explain later. I know I've said this a couple dozen times already, but man is it good to be home. It's so good to just have these mountains at my footstep. It's such a good feeling knowing that I'm always just a short drive away from an epic view. So, as the clock rolled on towards 6 p.m., I rolled into Banff National Park. A lot of photographers are kind of scared of photography in the summer. They think it's going to be busy and they're not going to sleep at all. It's May 25th today, for example, and it's still a month until the longest day of the year, and the sun sets at like 10 p.m. and sunrise is at 5 in the morning. So if you tried to shoot both sunset and sunrise, you just wouldn't sleep, or you'd at least have to have like some strange sleep schedule. So I've switched to the night shift because I want to make the absolute most of my time in Alberta, in Canada, shoot as many photos and videos as I possibly can, and I think that by doing this I can be really productive. In fact, I've done this before. I did it in Kotor 2 years ago in Bosnia as well. I did it last year in the Faroe Islands, and it can be super productive because, for example, at 6 p.m. now, I'm gonna go location scout and find something to photograph, hopefully for sunset. So I should be able to shoot sunset. I should hopefully be able to shoot something at night as long as the stars come out a little bit, and I should hopefully be able to shoot a sunrise. So in like a 7-hour span, I should be able to shoot a lot of different images in a lot of different locations, and it should be, in theory, really productive. So right now I'm driving north. The weather was horrendous in Canmore and Banff. The forecast is good ahead. In fact, the sun's just come out. And so yeah, I'm gonna push north. And push north I did. And as the weather slowly improved, a couple rolling balls of fur came tumbling out of the forest. A black bear and her cub.
She told me all we had was trading cards and common sense. Nothing that's worth keeping to yourself. Shadow lanes and Roosevelt, souvenirs upon the shelf. Name the days.
So I thought I had tons of time this evening, and then out of nowhere as I'm cruising towards Bow Lake, I spotted, a black spot just charging through the ditch. And it turned out it was a baby bear and a mama bear, and they were kind of down in the ditch and they were really busy. They were walking really fast and eating as they walked, so they were almost impossible to photograph, but it was just a great experience, just like a classic Canadian Rockies experience. Yeah, just seeing the bears, it's so good. And I'm almost now to Bow Lake. I was thinking about maybe photographing here. If the ice is broken up on the lakes, the ice is kind of in the breaking period right now, but it does look fully covered. So I think I'll have a look and see what it looks like and then make a decision from there.
Quiet on the waterline reminds me of a simpler time. Beauty in the letting go, skipping stones and marigolds, talking for a memory.
The Alberta side of the Rockies are all about sunrise because the sunlight comes from the west and smacks these massive peaks that make up the Alberta-BC border, which is on the Continental Divide. So sunset's always a little bit of a mission to get really good light, but to be honest, it's a little bit overcast anyway, so I'm not sure I was gonna get great light to begin with. Whoa, big bear paws. Big bear paws on the path. So hopefully they're not around. I got bear spray with me today, just in case. The lakes are breaking up, which is awesome. It's my favorite time of year in the Rockies when the lakes are breaking up, because this happens. You've got the ice, and then you've got these pockets of puddle that open up with just amazing reflections. The water's so still in them. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get light. When I don't get light, I like to go black and white, or maybe potentially just simple reflection shots coming up. So I'm gonna look around for composition, and hopefully no bears come to join me. I turned some music on my phone to hopefully keep the bears at bay while I walked up and down the shores of a cracked ice Bow Lake, staring at the reflections and searching for compositions. And honestly, despite the obvious beauty, I struggled a bit. Not to sound overly spoiled, but the ice was a bit too far from the shore, which made it a little bit hard to use that cracking ice as leading lines. Still, with the help of 100mm worth of lens, I tried. But to come away with something unique here, I needed to reach into my bag of photography tricks. So I've been going up and down the lake shooting different compositions and struggling a little bit, and I'm experimenting now. I've got the camera actually on the ground in the water, and I'm shooting landscape photos at f4. And what I'm doing is just literally the camera's basically in the water, and I've got a 6-stop ND, 2-stop medium grad ND, and I'm just going like, let's go f5.6. It's about 2 seconds, and I'm just blurring out the foreground, trying to use rocks to level my tripod. And then, yeah, just focusing right on the peaks in the background. The balance is funny, but I think kind of it works. It's very strange, but yeah, I think it kind of works. I'm gonna try a couple more compositions of this, but I think it's important to like experiment and twist around compositions and just try different things when you're out shooting, especially when you have as much time to shoot as you do right now in the Rockies in summer. I've got like an hour to play around with shots, so I might as well experiment a bit. The experimenting eventually brought me to a low-level rock tripod 5-image portrait orientation pano of the ever-prominent pyramid-shaped peak of Crowfoot Mountain. And then again, I spent another half hour wandering the lake looking for a composition and waiting for the light. So I've been walking up and down Bow Lake for like an hour trying to find a photo I like, and I think I finally got one. I'm down here right on the water, actually in the water with my feet in the water. And you got these peaks up top, and there's 3 of them. You got the big one here, and then you've got a couple smaller ones leading out that way. A little bit of reflection, lots of beautiful ice in the water. I got a problem with the image though. It's a little bit unbalanced. It's really right heavy. It's really right dominant. But there was a little bit of light still catching that one peak off in the distance, and I think that kind of saved it. I think it helps kind of pull the eye a little bit more to the left and then lead you across the image. So I'm quite happy with it. I went with a really long exposure. I got a 10-stop ND on it, a 2-stop medium grad ND, and then I can't remember, but I think it was like 4 minutes, 4 to 6 minutes, something like that. It was good. I think I like it, and it looks like the weather's coming in here. So I think I'm gonna push farther north and see if I can get some stars. It's supposed to be more clear to the north, although I'll believe it when I see it. When I said you could be super productive shooting the night shift, I guess I should have said that's weather dependent. I had a plan that I was going to go all the way to this place called Sunwapta Falls, which is near Jasper, and shoot stars, and then come back down the parkway and shoot sunrise. But I've driven basically to Sunwapta Falls, and it's raining, low-level cloud, not a star visible at all. So a bit of a fail, but I think I'm going to make the most of it anyway. I'm going to park here, see what happens with the weather, and as I sit here, I think I'm gonna record some podcasts in the car just to do something while I wait, and hopefully the light clears. If not, I think I'm gonna cruise back down the parkway, maybe to Pado Lake. It's like 15 minutes until sunrise, and I'm sitting in the parking lot at Pado Lake, and it's totally socked in. So the first effort of the night shift didn't go exactly as planned, but I think it's still effective. when it works. So I'm calling this a night, but I'll be back at it again tomorrow. So I'll see you there. Peace.